Welcome to Two Sides, One Mic, where she says it one way, he says it another, and the truth lives somewhere in between. It's your boy, Kid J. Scott. I'll be giving you my unfiltered male perspective, and I'm here with my amazing co-host,
Leah Tanner.
She's going to set the record straight for the females out there. We're about to break down singleness, relationships, love, culture, everything in between. No fluff, no filter, just real talk from two sides. Let's get into it. Leah, how you feeling?
I'm feeling great. How are you?
I'm doing great. We've been talking about doing this podcast for quite some time, and I'm just glad we're finally here. It's been a long time coming, and I'm excited.
I'm excited too. I've wanted to do a podcast forever, and yes, we've been talking about this for a while, so I'm super excited to be here too.
Super excited too. All right, cool. Just to give y'all a little backstory, we've been talking about this for quite some time. Leah just had a book signing for her book, Fiercely Single. Link in the description. Go cop that book. It's amazing. And I'm not gonna lie. My plan was to never really read your book. At the time when I heard it was coming out, I was in a relationship. So I was like, oh, she can just read the book and then maybe she can interview or I can interview or something of that sort. So I never really planned on actually reading the book. But when you had the book signing, I was just like, dang, this is crazy. Like a lot of people were there. Like I felt like I thought I was going to be up there like talking, and it was just like there were so many people there, and I was just like, this is amazing. Like, and it just kind of motivated me. So that's why I really wanted to like launch this off. And again, I actually read the book and I'm quite excited. Like I read half the book, but I was like, wow, this is actually really good. Like this is cool.
Thank you. That means a lot.
Heck yeah. So like, tell me about like what made you, because I never even knew you were author. What made you like get into writing?
So it was something that I actually didn't want to do. I feel like, so it was something that God had put on my heart. This was all the way back in 2014 to write a book for single women. And for the longest time, I was just like, are you sure? Like me, write a book? Like I'm not a writer. Writing and being an author, none of that was like never part of my plan. And I thought like, yeah, maybe I heard wrong, and so I tried to like push it off, and like the more I did, like the stronger, like I kept feeling like those, like those urges, and like just I got confirmation after confirmation to write the book, and so and then it was in I think 2000. I think it was around the same time, 2014. I had gone through like a breakup. I had went into a bookstore, a Christian bookstore at the time, and I was just remember like being so sad and wanting to find something, like for single women, encouraging for single Christian women. And at the time when I went to the section, there wasn't like a large variety of books and what I was looking for. And I think I ended up leaving that day with like just a devotional, not even for single women, just like a regular devotional. And then, over time, I just finally started writing, and now here we are.
How's been the feedback for your book?
So I've gotten, people are still reading the book, but from the people who have read it so far, I've got pretty good feedback so far. For, single women, because it just talks about just a lot of real issues that we're dealing with, today as single women, specifically, single Christian women, and then just, dating in today's society, relationships, just all of it is really just very vulnerable, and I have a lot of singles' point of view in there as well for the interviews also.
Hey, I like it because I obviously love women, and I like seeing the perspective. I feel like even if you're a single guy, even if you're like not even a guy, I feel like it's definitely a very good read as well. That will segue into it because let's talk about the dating scene right now. How do you feel the dating scene is right now in 2025?
The dating scene. So it's definitely interesting.
I need to hear the trials, the tribulations, everything.
There's a lot of trials, a lot of tribulations. Dating right now in 2025 is just, it's extremely hard, right? So we have online dating, and I feel like that's just like the majority of, people who are dating. That's where you meet a majority of the people now in 2025, between online dating or social media. And I just feel like with that, one, it's like it's a lot of work, and it's very time consuming. And I feel like you have to go through, a lot of different guys. You have to have like a lot of discernment. But it's not really easy right now.
I feel you. So how do you feel about like the online dating, like the dating apps? How do you feel about that?
So they're not my favorite, but I do find myself back on them. I'll be like, I'm done with the apps. I don't want to do them anymore. And then I'm back on them, like thinking that I'm going to have like a different result. I have met some, it's not like it's horrible and I haven't met like any good guys on there, but I have met some good guys on the dating apps. But yeah, it's just definitely a whole different world on the dating apps.
I need to know your best dating app experience and also your worst. I kind of want to start off with the worst experience.
Okay, so this is, oh my gosh. So this is kind of embarrassing. It's not even like, it's not on the apps, but it happened, and it was through TikTok, actually. So I thought that I was messaging this guy, right? And so he had kept coming up on my feeds, and I was just like, oh, he's really handsome, and all his videos and all that kept popping up. And I actually slid into his DMs.
Oh.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, hey, like you're really, I don't remember exactly what I said, something like, you're really handsome, you have a beautiful smile, something like that. We started talking, going back and forth on TikTok, and then we ended up getting off of TikTok to go to texting. And come to find out, I was talking to an AI guy the whole time.
Oh my gosh. That's a whole new level of catfish. That's like catfish in 2025. AI catfish is
Seriously,
crazy.
I know. Oh my gosh, horrible.
So have you had any good experiences on the dating apps?
Good experiences. I've definitely had some good experiences. Yeah, I have met some good guys on there. It just hasn't been like down the line, obviously it hasn't been like the right fit, but I have met some good guys on the dating apps. Yeah.
That's cool. So my dating experience on the dating apps, I tried it a little bit, and same thing is just like I feel like I only meet like, I'll be honest, whores. Like it's just like, what? Like it's just like, I feel like a lot of the girls I meet just want to have like a one night stand, or they're not really there for like love. And sometimes I'm like, wow, like is everyone on a dating app just kind of like damaged because they're on a dating app and they're not really out kind of about meeting people, So it's kind of been a strange one for me. So I've been away from the dating apps, but I do dip and dabble. Like I like how you said sometimes I'm like, let me put this down, but sometimes I find myself going back into the dating app just to see what's out there. But I haven't had any success at all.
None at all,
None
ever?
at all.
Okay. Yeah, that's interesting to see. I always wondered about like a guy's point of view, because I always feel like, for women, like this is horrible. And I always wondered like what it's like on your guys' side. So that is interesting to know.
Yeah.
But yeah, same thing on, for women. Yeah, there's a lot of guys on there who are just looking for a hookup. So it is important to like, have those conversations like early on, see what they're expecting, what's their intentions.
So I like earlier how you said the guy on TikTok, you slid in his DMs. Yes. So do you think that's cool? Like, do you think it's okay for a woman to slide in the DMs?
So on different dating apps, right? Like, so Bumble, for instance, that is like the woman has to go first, right? So normally I do not. So out of all the dating apps, Bumble is my favorite one. Okay. Surprisingly, even though the girl has to reach out, I just feel like I've had the most success on that app.
I was say, is that why it's your favorite? Because the woman reaches out?
No, definitely not.
Okay.
Because I think just like the pool of men, or I don't know, I've just had like better success on there than like Hinge or any other apps. Yeah. But yes, so I feel like outside of that, like on a normal dating app, like I said, for the whole TikTok thing, like for me, that was like not, that was kind of going, like stepping out of my comfort zone a little. I'm more of like to be pursued, right? So, but so that's a little different for me, but I feel like a woman should still be able to shoot her shot as well. But
hey, I like that. So women out there, y'all can shoot y'all shot too. It's okay. So let's get into social media. Do you feel like social media like ruins relationships? Do you think it can save relationships?
I think that it's definitely ruined relationships. There's just, with social media, there's just like a lot of temptation. There's a lot of things like you can make your messages disappear, all kinds of things, right? Like, and I just feel like, with social media, I just feel like it's ruin relationships, kind of ruin like the idea of like dating too, just because there is just like, I feel like there's just like the pool with just like dating, with online dating and social media, like the pool is just like so large that sometimes it's like very overwhelming. And then I feel like it keeps you searching for more, kind of, if that makes sense.
Yeah. I feel like with social media, we get into like this fake versus reality type of thing. And I feel like a lot of people, women, guys, they're on social media for the clout. And it's like I just feel like a lot of them, they just fake a lot of what's going on. And then we're going to get into ghosting next. But it's just like, I feel like there's a lot of ghosting on social media. And I just feel like it's like a privacy issue. Like, do you feel like that maybe we put too much of our personal lives on social media?
I do think so. I do think we do. I mean, I know, like, I post a lot of my personal life on social media. So, yeah, I think it depends on the person. I mean, I know, some of my friends are not very, like, not very, I don't know. I'm probably a little bit obsessed more than some of my friends. But, yeah, I feel like it's just, like, something that we do is we just, like, post, like, post about our lives, post what's happening. Sometimes I just like it, honestly, for myself to look back on, like, oh, I was doing this, like, I was on this trip, like, last year at this time, and, but yeah.
So let's say you're dating a guy, right? And y'all been dating for 6 months, 7 months, 8 months, a year, but he never posts you on social media. Is that a problem to you?
To me, that's a red flag.
Oh, wow. Yes. Why is that? Why is that a red flag?
Wait, why is he not going to 8 months? What did you say? A year? Like, that's a long time. Wait. Okay, has this happened, or are you just throwing out examples?
No, it happens. It happens. Like some people just don't like posting their significant other on social media. It's like
no. I mean, I know for sure that it's happened. I was asking, like, if it's ever happened, like, if that was like a thing for you, like in a last relationship or something. But no, that's a red flag. If I am in a relationship for that long, my man better be posting me.
So what's the time? Like 6 months, 2 months, second date?
Not the second date. So I feel like it would just be like when you feel like things are, progressing and getting a little bit more serious. I know sometimes it can be maybe for people that don't want to post and wait that long. Maybe it's because of just, if they're unsure or uncertain what's going to happen. So maybe they don't want to like put it out on there and then break up and then, it's posts are down all of a sudden. I don't know. There could be different reasons, but I do feel like, yeah, you should definitely be posting your significant other for sure.
No, so in my last relationship, from our first date, we basically said that, we're not going to post each other on Instagram. Like, I would always post her on my Snapchat, even my Facebook, but just never really on Instagram. Because I feel like Instagram's just like, that's like kind of like, because I don't really go on Instagram a lot, but that's like my promotional page. So it's just like, that's like for what I do, like content-wise. But every now and then, like I'll be honest, on her birthday or something, I would post her. But if you went to my Instagram, there's never like a real post. Like I would post her maybe on my story, but never like a real post.
Okay, that's interesting. Yeah. And how did she feel about that?
No, she did the same thing. Like she never posted me either. Sometimes every now and then, like maybe on the story or something, or like we'd go to Miami and she'd go live, but it was just like, for the most part, it was just like we would never post each other on Instagram. Snapchat was different. We'd post each other all the time. But,
okay.
But I feel like that's different because we made that agreement from the beginning. Like I'm talking about first date type of thing.
True. Yeah. I mean, yeah, if you made that agreement and you guys are both fine with that, then.
But from like, if you didn't make that agreement, you feel like that would be a red flag.
I feel like it would. I don't know. Maybe this is just, I don't know. But I feel like for me, it would. Like, because I'm like, especially Snapchat, if you say, okay, like you're posting me on Snapchat, when it's like these messages disappear in 24 hours, right? Like for me, I'd be like, why are you trying to hide me?
For real.
So I don't think I would personally like that.
All right.
That's just me.
All right. That makes sense.
So let's talk about ghosting.
Hey, ghosting. Let's go. What do you want to know about ghosting?
Ghosting. So, all right, first of all, have you been ghosted?
All the time.
All the time. All right.
Maybe not all the time, but yeah, it has happened. It has happened.
Okay, so when you're talking to someone, what do you feel like is a proper amount of time? So say you're talking to someone, what is the proper amount of time before you can decide, like, if, like, okay, ghosting is, like, if I can just ghost and be okay with that, or, like, I actually need to have, like, a conversation and be like, okay, like, you know, we've been talking, and, or do you not feel like that's a thing at all? Like, oh, we've been talking for, like, a little while, and we went on some dates, and, like, do you still ghost, or what does your
Oh
experience
no,
with
I
that
feel
be?
like, so here's the thing. I feel like, let's say if I'm out, right? Let's just say I'm at the club at a bar and I meet a girl and then we're texting back and forth, and then if I end up ghosting, then it's just like, it is what it is. Like, we only met that one time. Now, if we actually went on a date, then I do feel like it's just proper etiquette to be like, at the end of the day, I'm just not feeling you, or at least be like transparent, like communicate.
I agree. Yes.
Yeah.
Definitely.
But I've run into situations like, I don't know if it's like, maybe they're just drunk, or maybe we'll be at the club and it's like, I'll get their number and it'll seem like they're feeling me, and then out of nowhere it's just like ghosting. And then it's just like, so okay, in that situation, should I hit them with a double text? Or, because sometimes I'm like, man, I have too much pride and ego, so it's just like, I don't want to like hit them up again. Or is that like what is the woman's perspective on that?
Wait, so you're saying that you wouldn't double text
Like
at all?
for instance, let's say I text a girl that I met, right? Like this, I'll give you a recent example. I had met this girl, right? She was a bartender. I met her. I had got some drinks from her, and I was like, "Oh, you having a rough day?" Because she was like going. You could tell she had a rough day. She's like, "Yeah, I'm just ready to get off." And I was like, "Let me buy you a drink after work." And then she was just like, "Oh, not today, maybe another time." So I was like, "Oh, so you still want a drink? Like, let me get your number." And she's like, "Cool." So then we text for like 3 days, and everything was cool. And then I'm not gonna lie, I was trying to avoid her, so I went to another bar. I didn't realize she worked that bar. So she was at this bar, but it was cool. So I ended up leaving, and then she's like, "Why did you leave?" And I was just like, "Oh, I have like other plans. Like, I do YouTube. I'm gonna go do some content or whatever." And she's like, "Oh, that's cool. Like what's your YouTube channel? All this." And then we were cool, and then like literally she just stopped texting back. I was like, "What the heck?" Like, she told me to come to her job like on Saturday. She'll be there, and then she just stopped texting me back.
And then so after she said that's cool, so you never like followed up with
No,
like
I ain't
another
gonna lie.
message,
So,
or
so I hit her with a double text, and she responded. Then I was like, "What the heck? Like, what's going on?" And then we were texting again. Then same thing, just stopped. So at this point, I'm just like, "All right, now I'm cool." Like,
yeah, so that's interesting because I mean, I feel like I would obviously like want a little bit more backstory because I feel like sometimes like texting can like, I don't know, it can just like conversation can die out or whatever. Like maybe if you need to like, yeah, like revisit a conversation or something. But I guess wanting to have more context of the situation. But
so our last message left on this. I had hit her with a text one day, and I was like, "Hey, when you get off work, you should come visit me at my job." And then she was like, "Oh, that's cool. Where do you work at?" Like, I get off at 2, and then I had got super busy, so I didn't end up texting back to like 4 a.m. because this was 2 a.m. when she got off. I ended up texting back to 4 a.m. and then she just, till that day, she's never hit me back. So I was like, "What? That's so awkward."
yeah, that is awkward. But yeah, I feel like being busy too, like at the same time, like that can be another reason. So I feel like there is different reasons and just different situations. But and I'm a horrible texter sometimes too, but it's obviously different if it's like somebody that I'm really interested in. But so yeah.
So let's get into that. Why is it like, because I'm a terrible texter. With everyone in the world, I'm a terrible texter. But the person I'm interested with, like, I'm going to always just text them back right away. I'm going to find time. Like, why is that?
I mean, I think it's because we're excited, right? Like we like this person, and I just feel like it's like, oh yeah, like we're
So you're
thinking about
admitting
them.
on camera that you'll see other people's text messages and be like, "I'm cool. I'll respond later." Oh, so and so text me. All right, let's respond to them.
Okay, so I am just a horrible texter, and I don't know. I am obviously when I do like somebody, that is so bad. Yes, but I will. I will be a little bit faster with texting.
No, I'm like that too, because the homies will be texting, and I'm just like, man, I'll hit them up later. I'm seeing them on the Apple Watch, but then so and so, like, oh, let me respond to this right away. You know what I mean? So it happens. It happens. But yeah. What about, okay, so I've also experienced this. What happens when, let's just say, like, I'll text a girl, we'll say 5 p.m., and then she'll respond at like 2 a.m., and then she'll respond like 3 p.m. the next day. Like, it's just like so many hours in between text messages.
Yeah.
She's probably in a relationship or what?
a relationship or maybe not interested. I mean, if like 5 p.m. to text back at 2 a.m., like when you had a 5 p.m. text and then like the next day, I mean, to me, like that would, like if I'm texting like that, I would feel like, okay, like maybe like I'm not that interested. And so like, or like still trying to decide if I am or not. So maybe the messages are further apart, but yeah.
So have you ever ghosted someone?
I have,
Oh
yes.
my gosh.
I have ghosted somebody. I try not to after like being ghosted, obviously. I try not to do that. But yes, I have ghosted and I have been ghosted.
Oh wow. So why did you ghost? I need some context here.
So I feel like it was just kind of like, I'm trying to think of like the last person. It's been a while since.
It's been multiple?
No. I'm trying to think of like the last time that it happened, but I would want to say that the last time was, I think I just kind of was no longer interested, and I honestly don't remember the specifics, but I think I was just no longer interested.
Did he hit you with the double text?
I mean, usually, and then they'll get the point, like after, like, double text or whatever, and then they'll stop, but yeah.
Wow. That's crazy. So how do you feel about, like, let's just say if he kept texting you, let's just say if it was like a third, fourth text, would you just block him, or how do you feel about that?
No, so, I mean, at that point, like, I'd probably be like, hey, like, maybe I'm not feeling the same way, or like, whatever, just explain to him at that point. But yeah, I feel like it usually doesn't go that far. Like, usually they'll get the hint.
I got you. Let's talk about dating. What is your ideal of the perfect date?
The perfect date? So I would say probably doing like a fun activity for me. Like, so, just like a first date or a perfect date?
Let's do both. Let's just say a first date and then a perfect date. And then also, how long do you feel like you should wait for the perfect date? Okay,
so for a first date, I don't like to eat on a first date. I don't like to go out to dinner.
Why is that?
I don't know. I feel like I like to wait. Like, I don't know. I'm a picky eater. Like, I don't know. There's just, and for me, I would just rather, I feel like just wanting to see like what the connection is like too. Like, I feel like something like a coffee date is just more like, I don't know, more casual, just to see like, okay, like, let's see what this is like. So I think I'd rather go like to a coffee date or a bar. But yeah, those would be like, just to like see like if there's a connection there, like, okay, do I want to continue seeing this guy? Yeah.
And then, so what's your idea of a perfect date? And then how long do you feel like it should take for the perfect date?
For the perfect date?
Like, should it be the third date? Should it be after y'all establish a relationship?
I mean, I think definitely like a couple of dates in, right? But I feel like for me, like a perfect date would just be doing like a fun activity, and then dinner. Okay. And then, yeah, so just...
So by then you're ready to eat in front of them.
Yeah. Okay, I think I got to get a little comfortable. But, yeah, that would be mine, just doing some kind of activity and then dinner. But I feel like I'm not, like... I don't have, like, when it comes to... Like, I just like doing activities. I'm not, like, super high maintenance when it comes to, like, restaurants and all that stuff. I have, like, simple taste with food, so... for me, that would be good for me.
That's good to know, because I feel like sometimes from a male perspective, we don't really know what y'all want on like a first date. So how do you feel about like the movies? Is that just like, are we just too old for that? Like, if a guy tells you on the first date, hey, I want to go to the movies, like.
So to me, I think I wouldn't want to go to the movies for a first date, because if you're just getting to know this person, like, you can't talk to them during the movie. So I feel like for me, like a movie date, that would be like later down the road, only because like, you're not you're not getting to know them. Like they're literally just like sitting there with them, like holding hands, whatever. Like, so yeah, for me personally, I don't like the movie dates.
So have you ever, I know you mentioned a coffee date or a bar. Have you ever went on like a first date to a bar and just got too wasted?
No. So no. So I do think so the only reason I said bar, right, is because I don't know, like there's a lot of, you can be nervous like on a first date. And so, yeah, you sometimes need that drink in you.
Yeah.
but so I go by like no more than like 1 to 2 drinks for like a first date. Like 2 drinks max is for me.
Okay, so what if you go on a first date or a second date with the guy at the bar and he just gets trash? Like, are you just like, I'm over this?
To me, I mean, yeah, for like our second date. Yes, I think so.
Oh my God.
For me personally, but I don't know. So like, you just have you had this?
Okay, I feel like this person I'm talking about is gonna hate me, but it is what it is. We need something spicy. So like 3 weeks ago, there's a girl I work with. She's super cool, and we ended up going to like this bar, right? So we went to this bar the first time. It was cool. We had a good conversation. We were there for like 3 hours. And I just feel like it was really cool. So then she had basically hit me up and was like, "Oh, let's go back. Like I get off at 3. Like let's go into the bar." So I'm like, "All right, cool." I took off early. I'm not gonna lie. I had got wasted. Like I don't even know why, but I was just like, I went to like your favorite bartenders and like they were pouring the shots too strong, so I got like disgustingly wasted, like just terribly wasted. And so then I'm not gonna lie, I was at this bar and there was like this random girl there, and then she was just like, "Oh, my friends are like asleep. Like I want to go hang out." I was like, "I'm about to go to this local bar." And then she was just like, "Oh, can I go with you?" I don't know why, but I was like, "Sure, like let's go." So she ends up coming with me to this bar to go meet this other girl. And it was just bad. This girl was like, "You just brought another girl to the bar to meet me." And I was like, "I know, I'm not like trying to talk to this girl, like she can just go." But I was like, wow, after being sober, I was like, that's probably the worst thing I could do. And then it sucked because like she basically said she had a terrible time. And then we had to work together the next day. And I really don't even remember our like dialogue. I don't remember any of our conversation. But the next day at work, I was just like, oh my God, this is embarrassing. Like,
did you guys what happened after that? Did you guys talk or anything after that?
So when I went to work the next day, I basically was just like, I had covered my face. I didn't talk to her for like 2 hours or whatever. So then finally I went up to her. I was like, "Look, I really don't remember last night. I don't remember anything, but I apologize. Like, I'll be the bigger man. I apologize, blah, blah." And then she just starts going off about like what I did. And I was like, I'll take it. I get that. Like, but it was just, yeah.
I mean, it happens, right? Like, obviously don't beat yourself up over it, but yeah. And then so hasn't talked to you since?
We've only worked together that one day since. This was like 3-4 weeks ago. So I haven't seen her since.
Yeah. How do you feel about when you see her work with her the next time?
I'll be honest, I'm not gonna just sit here and just blame the alcohol. Like I definitely messed up, but at the end of the day, I just like, at this point I don't care anymore. I'll be honest, I kinda don't want her to just tell everyone at work, but it's just like, if it happens, it happens.
Yeah.
And that goes into like my next topic, because it's just like I feel like that could have created such more of an awkward thing at work. And now I'll be honest, now I feel like no matter what she says, everyone at work knows. So it's just like, because I fumbled that, I feel like no one at that job is ever going to take me serious, you know what I mean? So when it's not at the workplace, where else, like especially at our age group, where else do you feel like you can find like people to go on dates with, to match with?
So that is the question I ask myself, and I feel like my friends and everything all the time, because yeah, like outside of, right, we spend so much time at work, and then outside of work, dating apps. And so I feel like where can you meet someone? So I don't know, like that's something that I'm still trying to figure out. Like I'm like, I go to school, haven't found anyone there, like, but like church, haven't had luck there, but I that's still something that.
Because I have 2 jobs right now, and it's just like there's no talent at any of them. So it's just like, where else do I go? I'm not gonna lie. At your book signing, there was a ton of women at Barnes and Nobles, and I was just like, oh wow, have I been sleeping on Barnes and Nobles? But even that place is just like, what am I gonna do? Like, go up to a woman in the romance aisle and be like, oh hey, like, what's up? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Right. Yeah.
it kind of sounds crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I struggle with that too. I'm like, I have no idea. I don't know how people meet anymore outside of work and social media.
And that's why
dating apps.
it goes back to like these dating apps. It's just like, sometimes I just find myself going back because it's like, where else am I gonna go? And then for me, it's like, I'll be honest, I like to be a degenerate sometimes. Sometimes I go gamble, I go to the bars, I go to the clubs, but it's like, do you really want to meet someone there? Like, you know what I mean? And then a lot of times we live in a touristy city, so it's like sometimes we go to the clubs and they're not even from here.
Yeah, so that's the thing about Vegas too is, it's a transient city, and I feel like that's like another layer on top of just how hard dating is. Like dating in Vegas, I feel like is just an added layer where it's so much harder.
So how do you feel about a long distance relationship?
So I don't think that I wouldn't go into something like looking for a long distance relationship. I mean, like if it happened, like if we, started talking and dating and then, but that's not something that I personally want right now.
I feel you. See, I'm not opposed to a long distance relationship, but I feel like at some point someone would have to move. Like, let's just say I go meet a girl in San Diego right now or Arizona. That's not far. Like that's like what, an hour plane ride, hour and 30 minutes plane ride from here. Like I can go there consistently, but it's kind of like at some point, if this connection gets deeper, then it's like someone would have to move.
Yeah, for sure. And so, I mean, I have on the dating apps, right? I have talked to guys that were like in, California, Arizona, like surrounding close states. But and because it is close, and for me, it just never has gone further than that. But but I mean, you definitely can. And if you're up to moving, if that's something that like you're ready for, and then that's great. But so I feel like for me right now, I don't want to.
So you meet the perfect guy, perfect, and he does everything perfect, but he's like, I live in San Diego and I'm not moving. What do you do?
So San Diego's not that far. No. I mean, if it's a guy that like you said, if it's like, the perfect guy, all the things, I guess it would just depend on the situation. Like, I mean, I wouldn't, like, I do have like family in California and stuff like that. Do I want to move to California? Not really, but it would just depend. I'm not like opposed to moving outside of Vegas. Like I've lived in Vegas my whole life. I would like to live in another state and experience that. So, I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to moving. I just feel like it depends on, the person, obviously, how serious the relationship is, and where I'm at in my life too.
See, I feel like I'm screwed because it's like I definitely wouldn't mind leaving Vegas. Like I would definitely go to like Arizona, maybe not Arizona, but San Diego for sure. San Diego, like a LA, maybe even like a New York. But I have a child, so it's like I wouldn't want to leave that child here.
Yeah, that makes it a little bit harder.
Yeah. How do you feel about what if you meet a guy with kids? Is that okay?
So I've dated guys with kids, right? And so it is okay, but I feel like long term, I would prefer to be with a guy that does not have kids, only because for me, I just feel like there's a lot of different factors that come into play with like when there's another female in the picture, and I don't know, just from like me growing up in a blended family and stuff, that's something that like personally I don't want, but it's not like something that I would close the door completely to, but it's just like not my first.
Yeah. I feel you. So I actually have a skit on TikTok, and it's basically called Dating a Single Mom in 2025. And I basically just go on how hard it is
to go on a date with a single mom, and that's just how I feel. I feel like, I'll be honest, maybe I'm wrong, but from a guy's, it's a little bit different because it's like my son, he's with me half the time, sometimes a little bit less, but I can literally do what I want as long as I tell his mom ahead of time. With women, I feel like a lot of times when they have children, it's just hard to find like a babysitter. It's hard to go out. Like I remember I hit up this girl the other day and she was like, "Oh, I don't have time to go out. Like I have a kid. I have to babysit this kid all the time." And the only time I have a babysitter is when I work, and I'm just like, oh, like it's just, sometimes it's just so hard. So from a male perspective, for me, sometimes it's like I would rather prefer a woman with no kids.
Yeah, I mean, seeing it from that point of view, yeah, I never thought of that from like the male's perspective, but
Yeah, because sometimes it's like, I'll be honest, like at least, I'm gonna be honest, like at least like when my ex was dating, there was times where she'd be like, "Hey, like I'm gonna go out. Can you like watch our son?" I'm like, "Of course, like bring him over." You know what I mean? So it's just like I was always there, but a lot of other women, they're, I guess, I don't want to say baby, that sounds ratchet, but the father of their child isn't like in their life as much. So it's like they can't always just have a babysitter. And then, I mean, it's hard right now out there. So a lot of times their parents also work. So it's just not likely that that kid always has a babysitter. So sometimes it's hard because sometimes I can be selfish. I'm gonna be honest, I can be selfish. It's like I want to go out Friday night at 6 p.m. and I was like, "Oh, I can't." I'm just like, I'm done with you. Next, like that's just how I feel.
for you, when you're dating someone, right? Like when do you have that discussion for like defining the relationship?
I feel like it depends. Like I'll be honest, my last relationship, I met her in October. I think at the end of October. November was like our first date, and we were in a relationship by December. And it was kind of like already in November, she was just kind of like, "Look, I don't mind being in a relationship with you, but you got to fix this." So I'll never forget, like in December, I had fixed that problem, and then it was just like we were just in a relationship ever since then.
Okay, so it's just different for you, like just so you just got to like kind of fill it out, right?
Yeah, I feel like I had to fill out because I feel like in my last relationship, you could just tell. Like my last relationship, even though I wasn't ready for a relationship, I feel like she was a good girl, and I was like, how did this even fall into my lap? So it was like, even though I'm not ready for a relationship, let me just pursue this because it could end up being good. It ended up being 4.5 years, and the problem at hand was, I'll be honest, I used to have my ex-wife's name tattooed on my arm. So she wasn't having it. She was just like, I could never date someone who has someone else's name tattooed on her. So I actually got it covered up.
Okay.
And then literally, like, I got it covered up, I think, on December 12th. I called her December 13th, and that was, like, our day. So we got together literally that day. So what about you? Like,
So I feel like it needs to happen early on because it has happened to me before in the past, like where if you don't have that conversation early on, then it just, things like progress, and then, you can end up in, put you in a bad spot. So I feel like it's important to, first of all, like when you first start talking, letting them know that, like, if you're looking for a relationship, if that's what you're looking for, that you guys are both on the same page of wanting a relationship. And then I feel like, I think you can take things slow. So I don't think there has to be like I would say maybe by, I don't know, it just depends on the connection, but like maybe like 2 to 3 months if you're like consistently seeing this person, talking to them, you guys both know you want to be in a relationship. I feel like around that time frame, because I feel like any further from that, I feel like that's like a good amount of time.
Interesting. What if a girl okay, so let's say you meet a guy and he's cool, but he's just like, "Hey, I don't want to be in a relationship. Like, I just got out of a relationship. I want to take things slow, but you're cool. I love hanging out with you." First of all, how do you feel about that, and what do you feel that's about?
So there's a couple things. I've had that happen to me before, right? Somebody getting out of a relationship not that long, like couple months after, and that same exact conversation. And I feel like It kind of depends at the time, like what you're looking for. Like if you're just like dating to date, or like if you're like, you know, like if you're in a season where you're just like dating to date, or if you're like, okay, no, like I'm dating and like, yeah, like I just want, you know, it to be serious. And so there's been times where I have talked to that person. And then there's been times where I have like let them know like, hey, like I'm not looking for that. Like that's not what I'm looking for right now.
Oh, okay.
But sometimes for me, so I feel like if somebody has been in a long-term relationship and like just a couple months after and has already like looking to date, like I feel like it's obviously not going to be serious. So it's kind of just like you're wasting your time on my part.
So is that a red flag then?
I feel like it is. Yeah. I mean, for me, I feel like it is because that person is, you know, if they've been in a relationship for like, you know, 6 years and then all of a sudden they're on like these dating apps 4 months after the breakup. Like,
I'm just asking because, okay, for instance, let's say, is that like a first date question, or is that like I met you at a bar and it's like, when's the last time you were in a relationship? Because for me, I'll be honest, it's August. My girl just moved out in June. So it's like, I've only been single for basically like 2 months. So I feel like I'm just a walking red flag right now.
So, but are you looking, but you're like, are you just looking to date right now? So like, it depends on like you, are you like, you just looking to like date like, or not date seriously?
I feel like, because I used to be married, I was in a relationship. So I feel like I've always had the same mentality. Like, it's like, I'm going to have fun. I'm going to meet women. And then if there's the one, then of course, like, I'm not dumb. Like, it's like, I don't want to miss out on this. I don't want to have, what's that terminology they call? Like, it's like a white Bronco or something where they're just like, I forgot what it was called, but it was like the girl who got away. I don't ever want to deal with that. So it's like, if I feel like there's a connection, then I'm going to pursue, and then we're going to go from there.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I think it can depend, but for me, I feel like if you've been with somebody for that long, I feel like after, you know, there's just like, I feel like you need some time for yourself, me personally, absolutely, before you start dating. But that's just my perspective.
Exactly. Because right now, I'm gonna lie, I got a roster right now. Like, I got a roster, so it's just like, but I kind of let them know ahead of time. Like, it's just like, we're just having fun right now. This isn't gonna ever be anything, you know.
Yeah, I mean, and if she's fine with that and you're fine with that, I don't think there's anything wrong with it. Where I think there is something wrong with it is if if one wants something just for fun and then the other person doesn't, but maybe still will try to go and like, oh, maybe he'll change his mind down the road or something.
What about, let's talk about alcohol. Like, because I'll be honest, I meet a lot of girls, they're like under the influence, and then I'm there, and then I feel like once the alcohol's gone, it's just like, oh, like I feel like they use alcohol as an excuse. Like, why? Why is that?
As an excuse to what? To like...
I'm going to give you an example. This was a long time ago. This was like before COVID. But like, long story short, I met a girl at Blue Martini. We're at the club. We're like chilling. We're like dancing. We're like making out. She's like literally sitting on my lap. And then I had got her number or whatever. And then I had text her next day. And she was like, oh, who's this? And I was like, oh, this is John from Blue Martini. And then she was just like, I don't remember you. So I ain't gonna lie. I sent her a video of her sitting on my lap. And she's like, oh, I do remember you. And it's just like, why are you being dumb right now?
Yeah. So, I mean, yeah, I don't know. Maybe she just wanted to have like a fun night. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I usually, when I'm drinking, like I usually remember, so I can't really speak from that point. But yeah, so yeah, I can't really talk too much on that.
It's good. So do you have like a limit when you go drinking? You're like, I'm going to do 3 tops tonight.
So yes, especially when I'm with like, when I'm with somebody that I'm talking to, right? It's a little different when I'm with like, sisters or, friends, whatever. But yeah, when I'm with a guy, I think for sure, like I have like a certain limit that I know my limits. Like I know where I need to stop and cut
What
it
if it's
off.
like your birthday, you're clubbing, someone has a table for you, There's a bottle there. It's your birthday. Are you gonna go all out, or are you just gonna still limit yourself?
I mean, I'm not saying like I've never like in the past, like maybe for like, you know, if I've had like, you know, something like at the house or like something like that. But yeah, I feel like when, at least recently within like the past like decade, like, I don't know, maybe when I was like in my early 20s, yeah, that was different. But I feel like now, like I don't, like I definitely have limits on like on my drinking now.
How do you feel about, we live in a day and age now where I feel like back in the day, let's just say a girl did like a Penthouse magazine or a Playboy magazine. It was kind of like, okay, this girl's like expressing herself. It's beauty. But now we live in a day and age where it's just like every girl I meet, 1 out of 5 has like a link tree that has like an OnlyFans or something like that. Like, how do you feel about the day and like that we live in now, where these girls are just like so easy to be like, I'm gonna go create an OnlyFans. I'm gonna go show my body on the internet to make money.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, I don't know. I don't know. That's for me. I'm not that type of girl. So I don't really have a lot to say on that. Like, I don't know. I can't really speak on that. Like,
so, okay, to give you an example, let's say you meet a guy at Dutch Brothers or Starbucks. Super cool guy. He's amazing. Y'all hit it off. And then, so let's just say on the first date or y'all texting, he says he's like a Chippendales dancer. How would you feel?
So, yeah, I don't know. Like, I mean, Magic Mike, maybe. Chippendales, probably not. No.
Wow.
No, I don't know. I don't think I've ever talked to anybody that has been.
But would you
like,
be open to it?
I mean, like if they're, yeah, if they've had like, probably not, honestly. No. I think like the idea of it, like, yeah, but no, I don't think, for me personally, no.
Wow. So, okay, my perspective is like, let's just say if a girl's a stripper, I don't necessarily mind. The OnlyFans thing is kind of like, there's like a bunch of gray area there because it's like, I'll be honest, let's just say if she's doing like solo content, I'm okay with that. Or if she's done content with like other guys, then it's kind of just like, that's kind of like a red flag. Or maybe I really mess her. I'm like, look, I'm cool. Can you just take down the content with like the other guys? Then I'm okay with that. But here's my perspective. I feel like when it comes to like a body count, me personally, I don't care if a girl has, let's just say 100, 150 bodies. But let's say she only has 5 bodies, but I know 3 of them, that is disgusting to me because it's like a red flag. It's just like, damn, like, I know everyone you've been with. Like, it kind of sucks.
Yeah. I mean, that's a valid point for sure.
Like, you could be out here just doing whatever you want, but if I don't know anyone, it's cool. But it just sucks, like, going out and it's just like, oh, wow, well, you slept with that guy. You slept with that guy. Oh, you slept with that guy.
Yeah, I mean, not. I agree. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, yeah, totally different for, yeah.
So how do you feel about natural versus like enhanced, like body work done? Because I feel like now we also live in a day and age where social media, again, going back to social media, it's like, oh, everyone needs to get lipo. Everyone needs to get a BBL. Everyone needs to get their lips done.
Yeah. So, I mean, for me, like, I mean, I don't think like there's anything wrong with getting those things. I mean, I don't have those things, but I don't think there's like, if that's what you want to get, like that's what you want to get. But yeah, I don't know. Like, yeah, I don't know. The most I could say, like, I just do like lashes, like stuff like that. So I don't have like all that.
I feel like from my perspective, it's kind of like I feel like BBLs, they're just not like perfected yet. So a lot of BBLs just like like if I see 10 BBLs, I'll be honest, 8 of them look trash. So it's just like, I'm not necessarily a BBL guy. I feel like boobs have been perfected. So if you want to get like your boobs done, that's another thing. But now there's all this lip filler and it's just like, wow, that's kind of crazy. And it sucks because it's like a lot of these girls are dying from BBL surgeries. Like there was a girl the other day who just, She had her. I don't know why. She had 3 BBL surgeries. This is her 3rd one, and she had a blood clot, and she ended up dying.
That's scary.
Man, this is
That's
scary. And it's just like, and I feel like social media has just ruined like the way, like I feel like girls just feel like, oh, I have to look this certain way.
Yeah, maybe some girls can feel like that. Yeah.
So why do you steer away from that though?
I mean, I don't like. I think like the most that I would ever want would be like my boobs done, and that would be it. But like all that other stuff, like I don't want a fake butt, like none of that. Like, but yeah, I don't know. For me, that's just not something that I am interested in for myself. But yeah, boobs would be the most. Oh, red flags.
Oh, let's get into red flags. So let's get into red flags and also what gives you the ick. I'll go first. So I have been in a relationship where a girl, because I don't smoke. I do drink, but I don't smoke like at all. But I've been in a relationship where like a girl will smoke weed, even though I don't smoke weed. And I'm okay with that. But I feel like cigarette smokes, Black and Mild smoke, any of that, like it's just like that's a red flag for me. Like no matter what, I can't talk to a girl that like smokes cigarettes. Like that's I don't have a lot of red flags. That's really it. Like how we talked about earlier, I feel like my red flag would be like cigarette smoking, or again like it sucks, but maybe you've only been with 4 guys. But if I know 3 of them, it's just like I can't do it.
Okay. Yeah. So those are for you. Those are your 2 red flags.
Yeah, it's only 2 red flags.
That's all. Okay.
I'm really open to anything else.
Okay.
What is your red flags? What gives you the ick?
So for red flags, I would say, well, I think the whole social media thing, like not posting.
Okay.
Okay, that like to me.
Did
that's
you feel like that, or
flag.
I unlocked that red flag for you?
I feel like that is the red flag. So I talked to a guy in the past before, and the only form of social media that he had was Snapchat. Like, I feel like that's like a big red flag. Because out of all the social media, like you're gonna have the one again that like your like messages are disappearing and stuff. So, but he was definitely a walking red flag. So, but yeah, so I feel like that's a red flag. And then, yeah, I just feel like someone you can tell like poor communication, like tech, like when texting, you can tell kind of like in the, the way the conversation is going, like if he, like we kind of talked about it a little bit earlier, but like from a male's perspective or male's side, if they're texting, and I feel like maybe like the love bombing, that's a red flag.
What do you mean love bombing?
Like kind of when you're just like showing like all this like love, like and always like, oh, like just being so like infatuated with the person, like just like super early on, like that to me that's a red flag. Yeah, so that's a red flag for me.
What can a guy do that gives you like the ick, where you're just like, ugh, why did he do that? We were doing so good, and then he did that.
The ick. So this is like, so I have like random ones that are like, I remember I was talking to this one guy. This is like a weird ick, but like in text messages, like every time that we would text, like after everything, it'd be like ... like such a weird thing. But like, I'm like, why is like, what is this? Like, what are you texting? But like so random. But yeah, I don't know. And then, yeah, I think an ick for me too, maybe can be like a guy with small hands can be like an ick for me.
Why is that?
Like,
Why is that? Because you just feel like he can't like make the bed. He can't like, you get a new couch, he can't put it together. Like, why is that an ick?
I don't know. Like I don't know. I just feel like it's a weird one, but yeah, for me that could be a little bit of an ick too. But I don't know. I like strong, like, manly hands.
That is wild. All right. Lastly, how do you feel about sharing your location with your significant other?
So, I mean, I haven't done that. But I think with that, I feel like it has to be like, you guys have to be like, I don't know, that has to be like down the road type thing. Like, obviously not early on, but I think like down the road, yeah, like once the relationship is serious and stuff, like I don't see anything wrong with it. But
okay.
yeah, I think it has to be, there has to be like the relationship has to be like pretty serious, I feel like.
Because I
for
feel
me
like
just to,
my ex
share the
was
relationship.
very, very clingy. So, like, super clingy. Like, there would be times where I feel like she would just always check my location. Like, I remember one time it was like one of my coworkers' birthdays or whatever. And I had told her, like, we're gonna go out, whatever. And I'm not gonna lie, we went to the strip club. And then it was just funny because I'm at the strip club and I'm just like, hey, I miss you. And she's like, wow, saying I miss you from the strip club is crazy. And I was just like, you just check my location all the time. And it would just be like all the time. Like I remember one time I was at the bar. I kid you not, I was at the bar. And this particular bar had food that was 24 hours. And she had texted me like, oh, make sure you bring me this home. And I'm thinking like, I got you. Like, and then next thing you know, the bartender's like, hey, the phone's for you. And I'm like, what? Like, what do you mean? And then I take the phone, it's her, and she's like, I'm just reminding you to get my taco. And I was just like,
Oh my God.
what? Like,
She called the bar.
she called the bar. I just felt like that was crazy.
Yeah. That's not to remind you of your taco.
Yeah, and it's just like, here's the thing. I'll be honest. If I'm leaving the house and you say, hey, I want this taco or whatever, then it's like, all right, maybe I'll forget. But if you have it in text, because more than likely before I leave, I'm going to check my text messages. And even if I forget, I'm like, oh, I'm going to walk back in and be like, before I go home, like, oh, let me get this taco. I forgot. But I just thought that was crazy. She literally called the bar.
Yeah.
And even the bartender was like, don't worry, bro. I won't let you forget this taco.
She really wanted this taco.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's a little crazy.
And then the bad thing is, when I got home, she was asleep and didn't even eat the taco. Like, it's just like, why'd you embarrass me in front of this bar and then not even eat this taco?
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious.
Like, that's crazy. That's crazy. Any last topics?
I think that's all.
That is it. That is it. Well, tell them, like, comment, subscribe. If you want to be the guest on the show, come through. Just DM us. You know, we'll see your perspective. Get into a little bit more spicier questions, you know. And yeah, let's do it. Shout out your book.
You can get my book, Fiercely Single. It is available on Amazon and Barnes & Noble.
Hey, and I will put the link in the description. Yeah.